Welcome to the R7 Online Academy version of Advanced Studies Chemistry. My name is Mr. Bailey. I'll be your child's instructor for this year, at least for this first semester. And this is my 23rd year teaching chemistry for the district. Taught 5 years at Lee Summit High School, have taught at Lee Summit West since it opened through now, and I love doing this. I'm a father as well as a teacher. In fact, I have a 10th grader who's doing Advanced Studies Chemistry this year and an 8th grader. So I'm seeing this whole process from both the parent side and the teacher side. And I can tell you, that while it has its challenges, I think it's going to be okay. I love seeing the wonder in kids as they experience chemical phenomenon for the first time. For example, if we take a clear, colorless solution and mix it with a second clear, colorless solution, and then something unexpected happens, and we get this bright yellow powder that's forming between the two liquids as it cascades down the test tube. What's going on? Why does this happen? And what does this tell me about the whole universe is put together? That's some of the exciting things we get to consider this year, and I can't wait to meet your kids and to lead them through that thought process. Almost all of our interactions are going to be happening through Schoology, so let's go ahead and take a look at that part of the course. We've tried to organize Schoology as well as possible. Here on the right-hand side, you'll see a calendar of dates of upcoming events for us to process. There's a first day here. There's a textbook at the bottom for you to get some more information from. We're not going to read the textbook a tremendous amount, but it's an excellent additional resource if you need it. If you're looking for a quiz but you're having trouble finding it, if you go to All Materials, you can click on Quizzes or Discussion Boards, and it'll show you every quiz that is in the system so far without having to dig through all the individual folders. Inside of our Unit 1 folder, we have basically a folder for every day. Even though the in-person students are kind of on a block schedule, the Online Academy is more like on an everyday schedule. So you'll see a different folder for each day of the week for you to process through, all the way through the test on October 5th. Inside each folder, typically you're going to have the overview of instructions, some kind of discussion board for you to interact with your classmates on. There might be some additional instruction through a video or some written text. We have a handout on lab safety scenarios here, but instead of turning in that handout, we have reproduced those questions in an online turn-inable format so you can submit your answers right through this assignment here. Now, when you submit your answers, it will grade it nearly immediately. If you find out you miss any, you should also be able to see the key with the right answers. We simply ask you to submit again a second time with the right answers. It's probably likely that you get 100% on every assignment and homework. That's okay. We want to know that you've tried stuff, you've tried to see if you were on the right track or not, and that you had a chance to correct your thinking by seeing the correct answers and processing that again. If all that happens, we're perfectly fine with high grades in the homework category. Besides homework, we will quiz quite frequently. And in this Unit 1 folder, there is a folder just for quizzes. This is a mastery process. You have to get 80% or better on a quiz in order for the next quiz to be available to you. You have 3 attempts on each quiz. If you take the quiz 3 times and you don't get 80%, we simply ask that you contact me in some way, either through email or perhaps a Google Meet, and tell me what you're struggling with, or tell me what you've looked up and why, if you had a second chance on that question, you wouldn't miss it again. If we can do that together, I have no problems giving you an additional attempt on the quizzes. The test, we said, was scheduled for October 5th. And if you miss any questions on the test, you'll have a chance to correct any of those mistakes for half credit on that. All right. So we really don't care who learns it first, we care who learns it, and we give you plenty of chances to dig back after material that you find might be difficult on the first pass. We also have lab work. We are not sending home chemicals for you to work with. Instead, we have taken pictures of the lab that you can take your observations and data from. So every step is detailed. If you're supposed to read a thermometer, there's going to be a picture of it that you can read the thermometer right there. Get the sense of what it would be like to actually be in the lab. From time to time, we may also do this in video format or through online simulations to help you experience the laboratory. When you get done, you'll be turning in your lab analysis in an online self-graded lab report, kind of like the homework is done, but with more detail in it. If we need to interact in person at any time, I'm going to try to make myself available in Google Hangouts anytime the 6th-hour classes are meeting here at the school. Right now in our virtual schedule, that's going to be in the afternoon on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm also available quite a bit through email and love to answer questions in that format. If you have a great question that you've asked in email, I may actually post it in our discussion board so that the entire class can see that discussion and gain from that. If I do that, I will leave your name out of the conversation so that you remain anonymous if necessary. This is going to be an adventure this year, but I think we're well prepared. So I expect this to be a great experience, and you're going to be just fine. See you in class.